Let's have a look at my favourite chart is the driver performance or race performance chart, I think we call it, which compares starting position with ending positions. Let's start, I think, with the guy who's up 10. Not only did he start from the back of the grid, let's not forget he actually had a 3-place grid penalty from the crash that he had at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix with Lance Stroll. And then he got actually disqualified from qualifying, so it didn't matter anyway because he didn't have a fuel sample at the end of qualifying. So we questioned maybe whether Williams had their strategy right in qualifying in terms of amount of fuel. They stopped on the very last lap and they were able to score that point through Alex Albon's driving. Let's talk about that. I think it's exceptional, really, and a great result for him.
Yeah, really good result. I was shocked to see his pace the last 10 laps on the hard tyres. It made sense for him to stay out there because if he had pitted with Alonso and with Magnussen in the virtual safety car, he would still be behind them, and they had no chance of the point. So it was really worth a punt to just try and go extra long and see what happens. And it worked brilliantly. You know, Pirelli said those tyres, the hard tyres, are only going to last 40 laps. They lasted like 56, 57 laps. And I was shocked at that pace towards the end because it looked like he was falling back. The pace started coming really good at the end there, and that got them that point.
They've got to roll the dice, haven't they? They've got to take those kind of risks, if you like, calculated risks, and you know, it's great to see. We were all looking and wondering with that big 0 pit stop next to his name when they were going to come in. I was wondering if they'd do what Schumacher did at Silverstone one year. I can't remember which one it was, where he came in, as for the flag. I think that was for a penalty, but it worked superbly, and long may it continue. Because I think, no disrespect to his teammate, but I think Alex is the guy who's going to have to carry the can for most of these strategies and hopefully points finishes.
Because that's the point, isn't it? The team come up with good strategies, but they need a driver who they know is just maximising the lap times. And I was actually watching his lap times through the race, and I think David Croft brought it out in commentary. He was doing, towards the end of the race in particular, his lap times were very comparable to those around him, despite it being towards the end of the race on those. I mean, obviously the hard tyre, it seemed for most people actually the hard tyre was a really nice racy tyre compared to the medium, which seemed to grain quite badly the left front, didn't it, for a number of the drivers?
Yeah, and also I think Alex has something to prove. We all know that the kind of trials and tribulations of what he went through in a couple of years ago, over the last couple of years, and he's a great guy. He's one of the kind of new breed that are going to hopefully carry the sport forward and be the face of the sport. Again, he's kind of almost a multinational, speaks multiple languages, and let's hope that he can keep delivering for a team which is kind of everyone's got a soft spot for. Obviously, Frank's now gone, but we all still carry that soft spot in our hearts for Williams.